The new League of Legends season just came out. This is everything you need to know. The main feature of the new patch is that finally Aegis of Valor is getting reworked. Basically, how it would work is that in higher elos of play, because basically everyone is a mid lane main, as it's the most popular and most fun role, they would just get insanely inflated. So to attempt to try to combat that elo inflation, Aegis of Valor no longer gives LP on a defeat if you did good enough. I think this is actually a really welcome change because there were a lot of people who were getting just an absurd amount of LP that was just kind of ridiculous. And also, at some point, you just stop trying to win if you know you can just, like, get a B+, so you don't go for risky plays. Really good change. Additionally, you don't have to have the mastery requirement anymore, which is also really, 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 really good. Also, they're, like, bringing back a duo for certain types of players in high elo of play. It's, like, not a huge deal. For champion buffs, Alistar is getting 5 move speed. Crazy, I know. It's actually a really nice buff to help with the roaming meta. He will benefit a lot from this. Bel'Veth is getting a whole ass mini rework. I'm not going to read all of it to you, but basically she's going to be weaker early and stronger later on to fulfill that, like, scaling fantasy. She's going to be very strong in my opinion, but we'll see how it plays out. Kai'Sa's getting a little bit of a buff to her passive damage. It's nothing crazy. Locke is getting more nerfs since this champion is disgustingly broken. They're nerfing his Q damage, they're nerfing his base health by 35, which is kind of huge, and they're also nerfing his W move speed. Thank God. W, I swear to God, used to give like 60% move speed for 10 seconds at level 13 if you max the second. It was absurd. Maokai is getting an AP bump on his Q as well as a clear speed bump on his Q. Pretty nice for Maokai jungle. Mordekaiser was genuinely one of the most broken champions in all of League, so they're nerfing his ulti back to what it was, as well as fixing an ulti bug, and in return, as compensation, they're nerfing his, they're buffing his E cooldown, by 2 seconds at every rank. The Fury's R damage is going down. Thank God that champion is absurd, and she's still going to be really strong, but she will have a little bit more counterplay. Maybe she actually needs to hit Qs to one-shot you late game, which would be pretty nice, because as it stands, you can just press WR and you're basically dead. Riven is finally getting nerfs. Her R damage as well as bonus attack damage ratio is going down. I mean, she'll still one-shot you, she'll still do all of the same Riven things, but it's going to be slightly less brokenly stupid. Sylas's Q is getting nerfed. They're basically just doing a buff revert. It is what it is. I mean, Sylas is still going to be strong, but maybe Q max is worse, which should be nice because Q max is, as it stands, very degenerate. Volibear Q is getting like a cooldown reduction early game to help him gank. I mean, Volibear is heavily gated by whether he can get on you, so maybe this helps Volibear a little bit, probably more in the top lane where he maxes other abilities that aren't Q first. Zac is getting a kind of stupid buff. He's getting an armor growth buff, which fair enough. But his E cooldown is going from 22 to 10 to 21 to 9. Zac E is a spell that he can spam when he gets some haste. This is kind of scary. This is a really nice buff for Zac, and I don't like Zac. I think the champion is very annoying when he's strong. For system changes / item changes, they are buffing Bastion Breaker by reducing its gold by 200, as well as buffing its turret damage. Sure, why not? Terminus is getting an absurd buff to where the magic damage on hit scales with bonus AD and ability power. This is a crazy buff for like Katarina and Kai'Sa. It is absurdly strong. We'll see. It's probably getting nerfed. Finally, Yuntal is being 100 gold cheaper, and it's getting 5% more attack speed. Pretty nice. Finally, for the last change of the patch, Jack of all trades is getting slightly nerfed. Its adaptive force is going down.